Good afternoon, everybody. I'm delighted to welcome you to the Ames Award nominations for the 2019-2020 season. While the curtain came down sooner on the season for many musical societies than planned or expected, these nominations are important in recognising the talented societies who did get to take to the stage. Our nominations are coming to you in line with the restrictions in place due to COVID-19. All virtually, all from a distance, but all in the hope that we are spreading a little joy by sharing some good news. Normally, we would all be gathered in New Ross for the lunchtime nominations at the Ames Choral Festival. Following the announcement of the nominations, we would gather for photos, celebrations and a tipple or two in the Theatre Tavern. But hopefully, just for this year, things are a little different. I would like to mention and say a word of thanks to Ames National Treasurer Myra Nolan, Vice President Fergal Kavanagh, and of course Ames Choral Festival Administrator Lizzie Heffernan, who would also be joining me on stage in New Ross also. Since being elected as Ames President in January, and indeed Vice President in the 2 years before that, I've seen firsthand the immense talent that exists around the country. As an Ames National Council, we understand and appreciate the disappointment for so many groups whose light didn't get to shine, whose curtain didn't get to rise, and whose rehearsals have been halted this year. I also couldn't speak today without mentioning the wonderful work done by all the members of the Ames National Council, who especially in the last few months have shown dedication, innovation and support to me personally, but most importantly to Ames as an organisation. While we've been kept apart, we are working closer than ever from a distance to calm the waters and bring you some joy in a time of uncertainty. This year has been unlike any other. We've replaced handshakes with hand sanitizer, sweeping up the stage with wiping down our surfaces and embracing the new norms for virtually every aspect of day-to-day lives. Since the announcement of these restrictions in March, I know that so many musical societies have had to make the most difficult decision to cancel shows and not just postpone them. I've seen firsthand from the many miles I've travelled of the warmth that is shared by so many musical societies all around the country. During these strange and unusual times, while we are all separated, it has been lovely to see that warmth and kindness has continued. We know there will be much of the same in celebrating those who will be announced as nominees today. I stand on my own, but you will see and hear from Ames National Secretary Frank Foley, Ames National PRO Kate Furlong and Ames Award Weekend Administrator Fiona Sheeran. We are working together but staying apart to bring you the Ames nominations from a distance. A huge thank you is due to an invaluable team of Vinnie, Jason and Barry for all their help and assistance. Without them, this broadcast wouldn't be possible. Again, as with all we are doing today, and in line with the COVID-19 restrictions, we are apart, but bringing this together for you all to enjoy. With each show registration, each membership number, each show date that comes in, it brings lots of planning, diary management and hard work from our brilliant Ames Registrar Maureen Heffernan and our fantastic adjudication officers, Gilbert Liaison Officer Laura Ryan and Sullivan Liaison Officer Maureen Keohan. They work hard every year on your behalf, but in this most difficult and unusual of years, we say a special thank you to them. There was 27 shows adjudicated in the Gilbert section and 29 shows adjudicated in the Sullivan section this year, So as always, a huge debt of thanks is due to Gilbert adjudicator Tony McLean Fay, Sullivan adjudicator Billy Ray and programme adjudicator Noel Dundon for their hard work and dedication for the 2019-20 season. The way that we stage shows, rehearse and bring the curtain up will have changed. The reason that we do it never will. Because we want to bring theatre to our communities. There is light, there is hope, and hopefully with each passing phase we will be able to reunite and get back to doing what we love. So without any further delay, it's time to announce the Ames nominations for 2019-2020, starting with the Mary Kelly Award. We were delighted to receive 12 Unsung Hero nominees for consideration for this award. Our adjudication panel had a tough task, but the following have been shortlisted for the Mary Kelly Award this year. And the nominees are Mary Brown, nominated by Kill Musical Society. Sean Costello Sr., nominated by Ballinrobe Musical Society. Sean Fox, nominated by Trim Musical Society. Mary Gaynor, nominated by Kilmainham Inchicore Musical Society. And Jerry Scanlon, nominated by Nina Choral Society. And now, the nominees for the Best Programme in the Sullivan section. Athlone Musical Society, Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Ennis Musical Society, Susical. And Kilmainham Inchicore Musical Society for The Wedding Singer. Nominees for Best Programme in the Gilbert section, New Ross Musical Society for Ghost the Musical. Oyster Lane Theatre Group, Grease. And Portlaoise Musical Society for Ragtime. The nominees for Best House Management in the Sullivan section, Fermoy Musical Society, South Pacific. Shannon Musical Society, Shrek the Musical. And Tullivin Musical Society for All Shook Up. The nominees for Best House Management in the Gilbert section, Carnew Musical Society, Oklahoma. Tipperary Musical Society, The Wedding Singer. And Tullamore Musical Society for Legally Blonde. And the nominees for Best Visual, the Sullivan section, Encore Performing Arts Academy, Hairspray. Nina Choral Youth Academy, The Addams Family. And Shannon Musical Society, Shrek. Best Visual nominees in the Gilbert section, Portlaoise Musical Society, Ragtime. Southeastern Theatre Group, Cats. And Tipperary Musical Society, The Wedding Singer. Now the nominees for the Best Technical Sullivan section, Boyle Musical Society, Sister Act. Crack Theatre, Little Shop of Horrors. And Nina Choral Society, Youth Academy with the Addams Family. Now moving to Best Technical in the Gilbert section, Sicilian Musical Society Limerick, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. New Ross Musical Society, Ghost. And Teachers Musical Society with Sister Act. Now, Best Stage Management in the Sullivan section, Boyle Musical Society, Sister Act with stage manager Enda Commons. Fermoy Musical Society, South Pacific with stage manager Jackie Creed. And UCC Musical Theatre Society 9 to 5 stage manager David Ryan Lynch. Best Stage Management in the Gilbert section, Sicilian Musical Society Limerick, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, stage manager Ray Burke. Sean Gilligan's Performing Arts, Jesus Christ Superstar, stage manager Sarah Hall. And New Ross Musical Society, Ghost, stage manager Mark Hayden. And now I'd like to hand you over to the lady who puts a smile on all our faces and keeps the optimism going, our wonderful national PRO, Kate Furlong.
Thanks, Rob. Afternoon, everybody. Hope everyone is doing well. I've no doubt with each nomination, the cheering, as always, is getting louder. Now, more than ever, we need to bring the kindness. So smile softly, smile brightly, and smile often. Go on, try it. See, isn't that nice? Anyway, hopefully the following nominations will bring more smiles to many faces. Best Choreography, Sullivan. Marion Choral Society, the producers. Odd Theatre Company, Little Shop of Horrors. UCC Musical Theatre Society, Legally Blonde. Best Choreography, Gilbert. Coolmine Musical Society, Maid in Dagenham. South Eastern Theatre Group, Cats. And UCD Musical Society, Our House. Best Chorus, Sullivan. Bardic Theatre, Dunamore, Annie. Creative Mind Productions, The Wedding Singer. And Mitchelstown Musical Society, Shrek the Musical. Best Chorus, Gilbert. Newcastle Glee's, Calamity Jane. Teachers Musical Society, Sister Act. And UCD Musical Society, Our House. Best Comedian, Sullivan. Niall Conway as Max Bialystok in The Producers, Marion Choral Society. Declan Hurley as Lord Farquaad, Shrek the Musical, Mitchelstown Musical Society. Adon Fox as Lord Farquaad, Shrek the Musical, Shannon Musical Society. Best Comedian, Gilbert section. Michael Bergen as Mo in Our House, UCD Musical Society. Garode McGarren as Christopher Belling in Curtains, HXT Musical Society. And Adam O'Connor as Mr. Chitterlow in Kips, the new Half a Sixpence musical, Galway University Musical Society. Best Comedian, Sullivan section. Lily McClatchley as Widow Corney, Oliver, Portadown Phoenix Players. Carol McCourt as Baroness in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Dundalk Musical Society. And Jamie Lee Millay as Miss Hannigan in Annie with Bardic Theatre, Dunamore. Best Comedian in the Gilbert section. Michelle Harris as Beryl in Maid in Dagenham, Coolmine Musical Society. Joanne McCabe as Oda May in Ghost, New Ross Musical Society. And Suzanne Smith as Katie Brown in Calamity Jane, Newcastle Glee's Musical Society. Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Sullivan. Luke Devaney as Joe in 9 to 5 with Sligo Fun Company. Kevin Murphy as Mottle in Fiddler on the Roof with Nine Arch Musical Society. And Emile Rainey as Edna in Hairspray with Encore Performing Arts Academy. Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Gilbert. Kevin Hartnett as Harry Boland in Michael Collins' A Musical Drama, Trim Musical Society. Derek Ryan as Judd Fry in Oklahoma, Carrick-on-Suir Musical Society. And John Young as Judd Fry in Oklahoma, Carnew Musical Society. Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Sullivan. Margaret Curley as Lady Thang, The King and I, Sligo Musical Society. Jen Keane as Holly in The Wedding Singer with Kilmainham Inchicore Musical Society. And Jennifer White as Anita in West Side Story with St Michael's Theatre Musical Society. Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Gilbert. Niamh Carroll as Connie Riley in Maid in Dagenham with Coolmine Musical Society. Emma Stack as Sister Mary Robert in Sister Act, Teachers Musical Society. And Katie Taylor as John the Baptist Judas in Godspell, CIT Musical Society. Congratulations to all those brilliantly talented nominees. Now it's time to hand over to our fantastic AIMS National Secretary, Frank Foley.
Good afternoon, everyone in Amesland, and our next category is the Best Actor in the Sullivan section, and the nominees are as follows: Paddy Breen as Caractacus Potts in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with Dundalk Musical Society, Brian Roach as Cat in the Hat in Seussical with Ennis Musical Society, and last but not least, Daniel Ryan as Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors with the Odd Theatre Company, Newbridge. Our next category, that Best Actor with Gilbert, Shane Kelly as Coalhouse with Ragtime with Portlaoise Musical Society, Stuart Pollock as Arthur Kipps in Kipps, the new Half a Sixpence musical with Malahide Musical Society, and Peter Richardson as Joe Casey in Our House, University College Dublin Musical Society. Our next category is the Best Actress in the Sullivan section, and the nominees are Anna Gallagher as Nancy in Oliver with Donegal Youth Musical Theatre, Kim Gildernew as Audrey in Little Shop of Horrors with Crack Theatre in Coal Island, and Molly May Powell as Violet in 9 to 5 with University College Cork Musical Society. And now we have the Best Actress in the Gilbert section. Ashley Doran as Molly in Ghost with New Ross Musical Society. Erin Hogan as Laurie Williams in Oklahoma with Carnew Musical Society. And Emma Nugent as Calamity in Calamity Jane with Newcastle Glees. Our next section is the Best Male Singer in the Sullivan section, and our nominees are as follows. Alan Graney as Tevier at Fiddler on the Roof with Nine Arch Musical Society, Clare Galway. Ian McGurk as Emile in South Pacific with Fermoy Musical Society. And Andrew Tinney as Cordy Collins in Hairspray with Encore Performing Arts Academy in Strabane. Continuing with our Best Male Singer in the Gilbert section, we have Chris Currid as Judas in Jesus Christ Superstar with Sean Gilligan Performing Arts. Owen Mullins as Frederick in The Pirates of Penzance with Ballinrobe Musical Society. And Rory Nicholl as Bobby in Company with University College Dublin Musical Society. Our next category is the Best Female Singer in Sullivan section, and the nominees are as follows. Rachel Gallagher as Annie in Annie, Castlebar Musical Society. Marie O'Donnell as Motormouth, Hairspray, Encore Performing Arts Academy, Strabane. And Hazel Parks as Gertrude in Suzigal with Ennis Musical Society. Continuing with the category of Best Female Singer in Gilbert, we've Bronwyn Andrews as Dolores in Sister Act with Teachers Musical Society. Jenny McCabe as Kitty in Michael Collins, a musical drama with Trim Musical Society. And Sinead O'Donovan as Sarah in Ragtime with Portlaoise Musical Society. Best Ensemble in the Sullivan section, and the nominees are as follows. Creative Minds Productions Clonmel, The Wedding Singer with Casualty of Love. Killarney Musical Society, Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat with their Hoedown. And Sligo Musical Society, The King and I, The Small House of Uncle Thomas. Best Ensemble in the Gilbert section, we've Harles Cross Tala Musical Society for their fabulous staging of He Did It with the Torches and the White Drapes. Galway University Musical Society for the wonderfully staged and sung Flash Bang Wallop. And Tullamore Musical Society with Legally Blonde, the courtroom scene, There, Right There. Congratulations to all those actors, actresses, singers, and ensemble and assembled talent. And now it's time to hand over to our hard-working and dedicated Ames Awards Weekend Administrator, the delectable Fiona Sheeran. Thank you.
Hi everybody, and thanks to Frank. Now we are on to our production team nominations. Those people whose endless patience and great vision bring our shows to life. They place their trust in the rest of us in the hope that we don't screw it up. Our first category is the Best Choreographer in the Sullivan category, and the nominees are Leah Carroll for Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat in Athlone Musical Society. Grania Fleming for 9 to 5 with UCC Musical Society. And Aileen McMurtry, Shrek the Musical, Mitchelstown Musical Society. Best Choreographer in the Gilbert section, Lauren Dooley for Our House with UCD Musical Society. Jodie Finn and Nia Nortime, Kips, the new Half a Sixpence musical, Galway University Musical Society. Nicole MacDonald for Made in Dagenham with Coolmine Musical Society. Our next category is Best Musical Director in the Sullivan section. Our first nominee is Roisin Kaur for Little Shop of Horrors, Crack Theatre Company, Coal Island. Deirdre Lee, Little Shop of Horrors, Claire Morris Musical Society. And Ger Madden, Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat for Athlone Musical Society. Our Best Musical Directors in the Gilbert section. Jimmy Brocky for Godspell for CIT Musical Society Cork. Emer Hartnett for Ragtime, Portlaoise Musical Society. And David Hayes for Cats, South the Eastern Musical Theatre Group. We're on to our Best Directors now. Best Director in the Sullivan category. Oliver Hurley for Shrek the Musical, Shannon Musical Society. Alfie Kilduff, Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Athlone Musical Society. And Sean O'Neill for Little Shop of Horrors, Crack Theatre, Coal Island. And into the Gilbert section, Best Directors, David Hennessy for Cats, South Eastern Musical Theatre Group. Laura Kerr for Calamity Jane, Newcastle Glees Musical Society. And Paul Norton for Ragtime with Portlaoise Musical Society. Now we move to the Adjudicators' Special Awards, and in the Sullivan category, our first nominee is Betty Brosnan for her tireless efforts to support Carrigaline Musical Society in a huge variety of ways. Dundalk Musical Society, a magically constructed and performed moment of musical comedy by Carol McCourt and James McGinn for Chuchi Face in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And Newcastle West Musical Society, Take Me As I Am, a stunning piece of singing from Caitlin Davis and Michael Green, two rising stars in Jekyll and Hyde. And the Adjudicator's Special Award, Gilbert section. Sean Gilligan for his dedication to nurturing talent in musical theatre. Newcastle Glees for their immersive cabaret staging of Calamity Jane. And Twin Productions for their quick recasting of Peter Pan due to injury. Congratulations to all those nominees. Now it's time to hand back to AIMS National President Rob Donnelly for our final overall show nominees.
Thank you, Fiona. Congratulations to all our nominees so far. And now for our final set of nominations for Best Overall Show. And this year, we only have 3 nominees in each category. So we'll start with the Best Overall Show in the Sullivan section. Athlone Musical Society, Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Crack Theatre, Little Shop of Horrors. And Shannon Musical Society with Shrek the Musical. Moving into the Best Overall Show for the Gilbert section, Portlaoise Musical Society, Ragtime. Southeastern Theatre Group Waterford for Cats. And Trim Musical Society, Michael Collins, a musical drama. With the announcement of the Best Overall Show nominees, that brings a close to our AIMS Award nominations for the 2019-2020 season. I want to congratulate all those societies who've received a nomination today. Hopefully you can celebrate in a socially distant style and raise a glass of something to toast your success. I think of all societies who unfortunately will not be included in this year's adjudication scheme due to COVID-19. We hope to have all our societies back on stage soon. Sadly, already we know that some societies have already had to make the difficult decision to cancel their productions for the 2020-2021 season. Please remember, we are here to help you. So if any society needs our help, assistance or guidance, then please contact any member of the AIMS National Council. Our support is always here. We hope that we will be able to celebrate in style on Saturday the 18th of September, whether we are together in Killarney or from a distance online. We can promise we will make it an event to remember, whatever shape it takes. Keep an eye on our social channels and AIMS website for further details in relation to this next month. Again, I would like to sincerely thank Vinnie, Jason, Barry, Frank, Fiona and Kate for all the hard work and help in bringing this together today. As AIMS President, I wear this chain with pride, I lead this organisation with pride, and this year more than ever, I am proud to be your AIMS President. So thank you for your continued kindness and support. Finally, thank you to all of you, the wonderful musical societies around the country who I know will soon be tuning up, limbering up and bringing joy to the stage again soon. Thank you for tuning in today, and we hope it has spread some joy. I will leave you with a quote from our National PRO, Kate Furlong, which sums everything up for me. Keep the heads up, keep the hearts out, and keep playing the music loud. Hopefully we'll be gracing the stage again soon. Thank you.